staying in the new metalplate.dwg file, and you've noticed that I've gone back to the model tab, like so. So we're back in the model tab. Everything's all looking good. You can see we've got our section view, our side view, our plan view, all our dimension and text annotation is there on the drawing as well. Now there's a lovely feature when you're working with viewports in AutoCAD. So let's jump to that plan view layout tab again, like so. Now you remember in the previous video we locked our viewport, didn't we? So I'm going to select the viewport. I'm going to come down to the little blue padlock and unlock the viewport. Hit escape a couple of times just to deselect the viewport. Now the viewport is unlocked, so don't zoom and don't pan, otherwise you'll mess up the view and the scale of your viewport. But move into the viewport boundary and double click. Now the reason I've got you to activate the viewport is I want to show you the layer drop down on the layers panel. So home tab on the ribbon, layers panel, and then the layer drop down. Now you'll notice we've got a new icon here. Can you see it? It's a little square with a sun symbol on it. And it actually allows you to freeze or thaw layers, but only in the current viewport. So if I freeze or thaw my center lines layer, can you see my center lines in the viewport disappear? If I now come down to dimensions and freeze those, they also freeze in the viewport. I'm going to freeze the text layer as well, like so. So we're just left with the outline of our view. Hit escape a couple of times to lose the layer drop down. Double click outside the viewport to deactivate it. Click on the viewport like so, and then lock the viewport by clicking on the padlock. Hit escape to deselect the viewport. So now our viewport looks very different. If we go back to the model tab though, everything's still there. Strange but true. Yeah, so what we've done there is we've locked those viewports with a setting where the layers are frozen only in the viewport itself. The layers are not frozen in the model space where we do all of our operational work. So the good thing is I can be working on everything in the model tab, but in the plan view tab, the layout tab, nothing is displayed. Now you'll notice in this plan view layout tab, there's a circle here in the middle on the plan view. Jump back to the model tab. You'll notice that this circle here with the center lines has not got any hidden detail here on the side view or the section view. And it's what's called, I jokingly call it a sanity check. It kind of maintains my sanity when I'm checking drawings. So what we're going to do, we're going to erase the circle and the center mark. Click on both of them, right click and erase. So now the drawing is geometrically correct because there's no hidden detail up here, there's no hole through the plate in the plan view. But what we have done there is we've erased some objects that obviously were on a layer that we froze in the current viewport, and that was the center lines for that particular circle down here on the plan view. So if I now jump back to the plan view here, select my viewport, unlock it again. Double click inside the viewport, go to the layer drop down, and what we'll do is we'll thaw out the center lines, we'll thaw out the dimensions, and we'll thaw out the text. You'll notice the hole has gone and the center lines have gone as well, regardless of the fact that that particular layer, the center lines layer, was frozen in the current viewport. Hit escape a couple of times to lose the layer drop down, double click outside the viewport to deactivate, and like usual, select your viewport, and I'm going to right click, display locked, and yes, this time I'll lock it that way. So that viewport now is visually correct. I've maintained my sanity and obviously checked up on my CAD Manager OCD there just to make sure that everything is correct before I send that drawing